So I'm at Chapel Walk in Sheffield, and they've just said that £1.24 million is going to be spent on the upgrade of Chapel Walk. That £1.24 million is coming from a fund for Fargate. So what they're talking about is putting wall art up in Chapel Walk. They're talking about improving the shop frontages and also improving access to higher levels. But what I have a concern about is a couple of trusts who own land down there, Church Trust and some other trust, are getting like £250,000 or more. Now, to me, if you own a building, it's up to you to upgrade that building. It's not up for public money to come and actually upgrade that building. Now, I do remember Chapel Walk back in the 80s, and it was a thriving place. The first Next in Sheffield started there. But I always used to get my fruit and veg from here. A fantastic wholesaler, or a vegetable place down here. Up to about 2000, I remember it, but it was still probably carrying on after I left HSBC. But during lockdown, there wasn't a single shop open in Chapel Walk, and I put a link to that video in here, as well as a link to the information about the £1.24 million being spent. But I'll take you a quick journey down Chapel Walk just to show you what Chapel Walk looks like at the moment. It doesn't really need investment. What it needs is, it needs people to actually be coming into Sheffield and not actually pushed out of it by the actual council. If people come into Sheffield, people would actually want to invest in these businesses. There's another little alleyway running down the side of it called Black Swan Walk, and there should be something done about that to actually get that utilised. I mean, that would be like the shambles in York. But there are people who own these buildings and they'll be getting rent from them. I bet they're not even people from Sheffield. I'm just trying to work out where the fruit and veg place was. It's all changed so much, it could have been there, but... So I bet a lot of these businesses, or these shops, aren't even owned by local Sheffield businesses, but London people. Well, they need to drop the rents and then people can actually put businesses in them. But it's not the Chapel Walk I remember. It's had thriving, quality businesses. And it seems to have even gone down since lockdown. The other thing I noticed in lockdown is there should have been a sign on the other end at Fargate saying Chapel Walk. There is one on this end, there's none on the other end. Well, that did take you to the back of Marks and Spencer's, but it's blocked off now, which I find strange because that was actually an access way for Marks and Spencer's during lockdown. Well, the same again, that had been trade onto Chapel Walk. Why they blocked it off? But I don't think it really needs investment. It needs confidence in Sheffield that people can actually have a business in Sheffield, and then these shops would actually be opened up as businesses by goable concerns. But all they'll do is spend money on Chapel Walk. The businesses will go bust after a few months or a year. This is bringing us on to Norfolk Street.
Well, you're guaranteed a good flow then.
There, you can see the sign on this end. Why haven't we just got a sign on the other end saying Chapel Walk? I think we can do something better than that cheap, tacky looking sign on the other end of Chapel Walk to funnel people in from Fargate. That costs, say, £20,000 if it were done properly, something like that. And to me, that's all that Chapel Walk needs. It needs the people who own these properties to actually rent them out for a decent price to people, and it needs for people to feel confident enough to come into Sheffield and open businesses and open them. It doesn't need Sheffield City Council to just waste £1.24 million on this area. So that's it, just a quick video on Chapel Walk in Sheffield.